Hey everyone, Halim here from Village Food Tours. As always, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. Also make sure to hit the bell, that way you get notified when our next video drops. In today's video, we are going to take a trip to Cape Coral, Florida, and we're going to visit the Lobster Lady. Now, we went here on a little mini staycation. Really cool spot. What really caught my eye, browsing through different restaurants on the internet, was the fact that they had a seafood market. My wife loves seafood. Jessica loves seafood. She really wanted some good seafood. They have a seafood tower there, and that's specifically what we went for. We also went when they had, I believe it was a happy hour special or an appetizer special. On the day that we went, there was an appetizer special, so it's buy one, get one appetizers. So you'll see in this video, we had quite a bit of appetizers.
Cool bar. Can't wait to see the lobster tank. They're right there in the front. This is so cool.
Now inside they have a nice fresh market, you know, just like you'd expect in other parts of Florida, fresh seafood. But they also have lobster, which isn't a typical thing, having the big Maine lobster.
Where are the fishies? Oh, such an awesome market. Super freaking cool.
The kids absolutely loved going in here. It was a really cool experience just walking through the market and being able to see the lobsters. And as any good lobster place should have, you can pick and choose your lobsters. Now, we tried several of the drinks there. One of them I went with a smoked old fashioned, which was really, really good. It contained Buffalo Trace, Wild Moon Birch, Agave, Luxardo cherries, and orange peel. And then they obviously had to smoke it because I could not get the smoke smell off my fingers after touching the glass. We also went along with the Love You Long Time, which is plum vodka, fresh squeezed lime juice, simple syrup, carbonated sake, and mint. We also tried several of the craft beers there. They had one red ale, I believe it was Lobster Lady Red Ale, and that one was specifically brewed for the Lobster Lady. We also went with the lobster bisque. This had some really, really rich, creamy, nice flavor to it, but some huge chunks of lobster, as you would expect. Now, the restaurant was very kid-friendly, had a kid-friendly menu, but what really blew me away was the presentation for the kids' food. It's not typical that they decorate up kids' food to make it appealing. One of our children was actually kind of freaked out that there was a flower in his mac and cheese, but, you know. As I said earlier, we had several appetizers. The one that was really unique was this one here, and this was the deviled sushi eggs, or tuna wasabi deviled eggs. So it was ahi tuna, raw ahi tuna over the deviled egg. It had some seaweed in there, kind of a wasabi mayo going on. Very unique dish. A whole lot was going on, a whole lot of textures and flavor. Also had the lobster bites. They were nice, big, and chunky. And then one thing we also went with was the caprese and, you know, just your mozzarella, tomatoes, and then the balsamic vinaigrette over it. Now, I didn't try it because one of our friends was vegetarian and she was the one that was trying it, so I didn't want to mess with food. Plus, during when we were going, it was during COVID times. So you need to know the sharing's not as much as before. Also had gator bites. Their gator bites were very chunky, very tender. You could tell it was fresh gator. Also went with the stuffed avocado. I wasn't too much of a fan of it just because it was more of like a stuffing crab meat in there, like the bready kind, not, just stuffed with crab meat, so to say. Now the calamari was absolutely delightful, sprinkled with the Parmesan and lightly battered and just crispy and juicy and tender, and I just loved the calamari. Now here is the main event, what we came for, the seafood tower. Now we did the seafood tower that feeds 4 to 6. It definitely was enough food. Comes with 2 big old giant lobsters, bunch of crab legs, clams, mussels, oysters, shrimp, fresh drawn butter to dip it in. Just a lovely, lovely, lovely package.
Yep. There's butter down here too. Ooh, that looks good. No. But it looks delicious.
Now, I think one of the fun things about seafood and eating seafood is yes, it's kind of tedious cracking your seafood to get the meat out and everything, but it's also fun. It's kind of like, putting the bib on to eat the wings, putting the lobster bib on, getting your hands all butteried up, greasy, getting to dunk everything in there. It's fun.
You want some lobster?
We also went with the coconut crusted scallops, and those were really good. Fresh corn came with it too. The service was outstanding. They described the menu to a T, knew everything that was on there, were very descriptive, bagged everything up perfectly for us, even provided ice. They do a great job. If you're ever in Cape Coral, Florida, or wanting to check a really good seafood place out in Florida, just check out the Lobster Lady. As always, thank you for watching. Again, make sure you've subscribed if you haven't. Hit that thumbs up button as well. Make sure we get a like, and we'll see you next time.